The courtroom has long been a stage for human drama, where the law meets the complexities of life, and justice is sought for both victims and perpetrators. Among the most intense and emotionally charged cases that have graced courtrooms are those involving cop killers. This video delves into some of the most dramatic moments of cop killers in court, shedding light on the emotional, legal, and societal facets of these high-profile cases. Number 1. The trial of Timothy McVeigh stands as a stark reminder of one of the most devastating acts of domestic terrorism in American history. McVeigh's involvement in the Oklahoma City bombing, which claimed the lives of 168 people, including 19 children, left the nation in shock and mourning. Amidst this somber backdrop, the courtroom became a stage for dramatic outbursts, disruptions, and emotional turmoil that mirrored the gravity of the tragedy itself. On April 19, 1995, a truck bomb detonated outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The attack was a heinous act of violence that shook the foundation of American society. As the trial of Timothy McVeigh began, the courtroom became a microcosm of the intense emotions and anger that had been ignited by the bombing. McVeigh's actions and their consequences were brought to the forefront, and the nation turned its attention to the proceedings that would determine his fate. Dramatic outbursts marked McVeigh's behavior throughout the trial. At various points, he voiced his disdain for the government and its actions. One of the most memorable moments came when he stood up in the courtroom and shouted, "The government has lied! The government has lied!" This emotional outcry was a manifestation of his belief in the perceived injustices perpetrated by the government, echoing the feelings of anger and disillusionment that had fueled his actions. McVeigh's behavior extended beyond vocal outbursts. He disrupted jury selection proceedings by refusing to cooperate and openly challenging the process. His refusal to acknowledge the court's authority and his attempts to disrupt the proceedings added an additional layer of tension to the trial. One particularly shocking incident occurred when McVeigh threw a chair at the judge during the pretrial phase. This act of defiance and aggression underscored the intensity of the emotions that were running high in the courtroom. Number 2, the trial of Mumia Abu-Jamal stands as a testament to the complexities of justice, the intertwining of social activism and legal proceedings, and the deep-rooted issues of racism and police brutality that have plagued American society. A former Black Panther Party member, Abu-Jamal was convicted of the 1981 murder of a white police officer in Philadelphia. His trial, marked by controversy and impassioned speeches, has sparked a global debate on matters of race, fairness, and the integrity of the criminal justice system. On December 9, 1981, Philadelphia police officer Daniel Faulkner was fatally shot during a routine traffic stop. Abu-Jamal was found at the scene with a gunshot wound and was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. What followed was a trial that would become one of the most debated and divisive legal battles in modern American history. From the outset, the trial was marred by allegations of bias, mishandling of evidence, and racial prejudice. Abu-Jamal's status as a former Black Panther Party member and his vocal critiques of systemic racism within law enforcement contributed to the belief among his supporters that he was being unfairly targeted. The prosecution's case was built upon circumstantial evidence, and the defense argued that key witnesses were coerced or intimidated into giving testimony. Throughout the trial, Abu-Jamal took the opportunity to use the courtroom as a platform for his beliefs and activism. He often made impassioned speeches about racism, police brutality, and the broader injustices faced by Black communities in the United States. His eloquent and forceful addresses captivated the attention of the public, igniting discussions about the intersection of race, law enforcement, and the legal system. Abu-Jamal's courtroom speeches and his unwavering claim of innocence resonated with supporters who saw him as a symbol of resistance against systemic oppression. Number 3. On April 15, 2013, 2 homemade bombs exploded near the finish line of the Boston Marathon, killing 3 people and injuring hundreds. In the ensuing days, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev and his older brother, Tamerlan, engaged in a violent confrontation with law enforcement officers, resulting in the death of an MIT police officer and the eventual capture of Dzhokhar. Tamerlan was killed in the confrontation. The trial of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev was marked by intense scrutiny, emotional testimonies, and legal arguments that reflected the gravity of the crimes committed. During the sentencing phase, the defense presented Tsarnaev's troubled upbringing and his older brother's influence as mitigating factors that contributed to his involvement in the attacks. They sought to humanize him and provide context to his actions, suggesting that he was manipulated by his brother's extremist ideology. On the other hand, the prosecution argued that the nature of the attacks, the lives lost, and the widespread fear and trauma caused by the bombings justified the imposition of the death penalty. The courtroom serves as a crucible for some of the most dramatic moments in society, especially when cop killers are on trial. These cases lay bare the intricate web of motives, emotions, legal battles, and societal tensions that revolve around such high-profile trials. If you found this exploration intriguing, don't forget to hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, share this video with those who might be interested, and make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more thought-provoking content.